This is the morning weather briefing. This is for Friday, the 14th of July. I'm James Spann. Alabama's weekend weather will feature the classic summer mix: sun, heat, humidity, scattered showers and storms, and the next week trending hotter and drier as that nasty ridge begins to nose in here. Here's the upper air look early this morning. Heat ridge over the southwest United States, a flat ridge here. We'll check the radar composite about 5 o'clock, and you can see thunderstorms across the southeastern corner of the state over parts of Geneva County, but most of Alabama dry. The bulk of the storms today between noon and midnight. Not raining everywhere, but some folks could see a good downpour. Temperatures are in the 70s to start the day in this very muggy, humid air mass. We note Mobile at 81. We're expecting highs in the low 90s in most spots today. And we do note that the Weather Service has issued a heat advisory for some of the central and western counties, the counties in orange. And again, this is a Weather Service criteria thing. It's going to be hot and humid everywhere. But that's where the heat index could touch 105 today because of the effect of the higher humidity. And we have various heat advisories all across the southern states back into the western U.S. Got a chance of severe storms today out across the southern plains states, and the marginal risk noses into the northern two-thirds of Alabama, basically from Montgomery north. And where the storms form later today, this afternoon, this evening, they could be strong with a chance of strong straight-line winds. Tomorrow, a marginal risk to the north. And on day 3, which is Sunday, a couple of marginal risks far to the north of here. Check the rain for the next 7 days. Rain valid through Friday morning of next week. Average amounts for North Alabama, 1/2 inch or so. And then for South Alabama, 1 to 2 inches. But of course, your number could vary. In the tropics, we'll look at here. We have a new subtropical storm on the board. This is called Subtropical Storm Don. This is the little feature that we've talked about out there in the middle of nowhere. And this thing's going to stay in the middle of nowhere. And again, this is a junk system. This would never have received a name years ago. But again, with high-resolution satellites, I'm not saying they're wrong to do this, but it is now technically a subtropical storm. This will do the hokey pokey for the next 7 days. And again, stay far from land. And we stress there are absolutely no systems close to the United States or the Gulf of Mexico over the next 7 days. So model fans, here we go, the GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid today at 4. Got a deep vortex over Canada, heat ridge over the southwest United States, and again down here just this ocean of humidity. Air you can wear. We'll see highs in low 90s today, partly sunny with scattered storms forming this afternoon and this evening. This is the high-res HER, and we stress the radar will not look exactly like that, but something like that. Some of you will miss the rain. Others could see a big downpour. And again, maybe some strong storms for the northern two-thirds of the state. And that's the theme for the weekend. This is tomorrow and this is Sunday. Same thing. The sun out at times. And we will have scattered showers and storms around, mainly from noon to midnight both days. And if you like the numbers game, the chance of any one spot getting a storm, about 60% tomorrow and then 40% on Sunday. And then next week, the ridge begins to nose in. And that means heat levels going up. There's Monday and Tuesday, and really throughout the week. Any storm should be very isolated. Let's go to a week from today. This is Friday the 21st. And again, there's troughing north of the state, but that big old nasty heat ridge is over the west, and it kind of noses in here. So again, there could be a storm any afternoon. This is summertime, but other than that, just hot, humid, highs, mid-90s, maybe upper 90s on a few days. And of course, the heat index will be over 100 every day, and that will require those heat advisories. But let's go out 10 days, and this is good. A trough extends southward into the deep south, and this is Sunday, the 23rd of July, and the heat ridge stays out west. And if this verifies, heat levels come down. And again, maybe the dew points come down. But that certainly bodes well for toward the end of July. This is rain for Birmingham coming off the European ensemble. We're looking for that green line. That's the mean. About 2 inches between now and the 29th of July. And indeed, the heat levels are creeping up next week. And again, you might want to shave off 2 degrees or so from these numbers based on its performance so far this season, but you can see maybe upper 90s on a couple of days next week, lows in the 70s, then heat levels dropping back to the low 90s by the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And the latest 8 to 14 day guidance in the house, this is for July 21st through July 27th. Temperatures are expected to be above average here, if that verifies, below average to the north. So what's wrong with this picture? Yep, this was yesterday in just north of Scuba, Mississippi. This is U.S. Highway 45, and we saw a lot of this yesterday. People driving into floodwaters, and that is extremely dangerous. More people die from flooding than tornadoes, and you don't know if the road has been washed away. Water that's not that deep can sweep a car off the road. The car goes into deeper water, and you drown. We have seen it over and over and over. And goodness, we had just way too much of that going on yesterday. Here's the same situation. And again, that water is pretty deep right there. That's extremely dangerous. So just a little word of advice. And if you're a weather dweeb that watches these videos, you know the deal. Turn around, don't drown. That's just words to remember. And I understand life. You got to be somewhere. You got to pick up your kid. You got to be at work. But life is a series of decisions, and you've got to make good ones. And driving into floodwaters is a bad one. But on a more positive note, sunset and cows last night. Somehow those pictures always make it to these videos. But goodness, the sunset was amazing last night across Alabama and down across the Florida Gulf Coast. And we had some pretty decent rainbows along the way as well. That was just outstanding. All right, so that'll do it this morning. We'll have notes on the blog, alabamawx.com. Today I will be in Jasper for the Public Library Summer Reading Program, and because of the size of the crowd, they've moved the program from the library to the Jasper Civic Center. And that spot holds memories for me. That used to be the People's Hospital, that spot back in the 70s when I was in high school. And I went up there and helped with the super outbreak of tornadoes in 1974. That was my first stopping point, my first assignment to set up radio gear. And goodness gracious, the things I saw that night. But anyway, I'll be there at 10 o'clock this morning, expecting a big crowd at the Jasper Civic Center. And then tomorrow it's a book signing in Odenville, or technically Branchville, which is a suburb of Odenville. Clarissa's Cakery. You will not regret going there. We'll be there from 9 to noon. We'll have all of the weather books, Weathering Life. All you can do is pray, our book for kids, Benny and Chipper. We will have the shirts, the hats, all that cool stuff. We take a lot of pictures, have a lot of fun, but come see us. It's going to be a great day. Clarissa's Cakery right there on US 411, Branchville in St. Clair County, tomorrow from 9 to noon. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great Friday, and God bless.